Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Hopefully today we're going to have an informative, fun session of learning how to use Cronometer or Cronometer. I don't know if which pronunciation is correct. Probably the Cronometer. I think that's what I've heard more people say. But if somebody knows in the chat, let me know. So the reason I'm doing this is actually for my own benefit as well as the benefit of anybody watching, because a lot of people kind of refer to Cronometer and talk about tracking, not just calories and macronutrients, but also micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, etc. And obviously, I've done a lot of videos talking about kind of nutritional details and some myths and debunking some claims by anti-vegans and things like that, talking about how difficult it is to get the appropriate nutrition on a vegan diet. So I've actually never used any type of calorie tracking application or any kind of thing like this. This is the first time I'm using Cronometer. I literally just signed up for an account right before I started the stream. I have not done a single thing in the app yet. I am going to be learning live with you right here, right now. Haven't seen it, haven't watched any tips. I have no clue how to use it, basically. So this might be entertaining. Maybe anybody wants to laugh at me, that's fine too. And then if you have any tips, I would very greatly appreciate that. If you guys know how to use Cronometer well, and you want to tell me in the chat, do this, click here, do that, I'd be more than happy to get the help. And so that's pretty much it. I think that's it. Let's get into it. And hopefully everything's okay, audio wise and all that kind of stuff. So if anybody is already in, just let me know if the sound is okay and what have you, and then just let me know if anything's off. Okay, so let's jump into it here. This way I can see the chat while I'm doing this too, and hopefully you guys can see both my screen and me. So this is Cronometer. I've literally, like I say, just logged in. I didn't do anything in here yet. I supplied them with my age and my weight, and it's giving me my caloric requirements here, and that's it. I literally don't know how to use this, so let's poke around in there. Hey Leon, welcome. If you know how to use Cronometer, feel free to let me know how to use this, because I think this should be fun. And also, just again, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to do actually a couple of different videos coming up in the near future, hopefully, talking about some nutrient requirements. Specifically, I'm going to do a video about protein, and I figured it would be way easier for me to use something like this to demonstrate the point that I want to make, versus having to tally things from just nutrition data, just looking up something online, nutrition data for whatever, I don't know, an apple or banana or rice or potato or what have you. And I think just adding it in here should be a lot more convenient. So let's poke around in here. This might be boring for people. I don't know. Okay, this is just giving me an overview of the stuff that I have, it looks like. Energy, let's add a food. Actually, let's see what they have under foods. There's probably things that you can, you can make a recipe, cool. Let's see, create a custom recipe to log your common meals instead of individual ingredients. Okay, cool. Let's make an oatmeal breakfast, for example. Hi Angela, welcome. You've never heard of this app? Yes, it is a app. It's free. It's a website, basically, a website app. It's called Cronometer or Cronometer. I'm not sure. I think it's pronounced Cronometer, but anyway, you just go to cronometer.com, and it basically helps you to put in foods, and I think they should also have ready-made meal options, things that are store-bought, packaged things, and then it'll give you all the nutrition data for that food, and then it can. Oh, it is an app as well. Cool. Okay, Leon, thanks. I'm so not hip to like apps on phones and stuff. Like I have like nothing on my phone. It's crazy. But anyway, I guess yeah, you can put it on your phone. And supposedly it's really nice. People really use this a lot. A lot of the vegan sites that I or vegan channels that I follow, they make heavy use of this. So people like Mike the Vegan often references this. You know, I think I've seen plenty of demonstrations from lots of other people as well. So it should be pretty good. Let's see what we got in here. It's funny the tags and categories they have. There's one for pork products. Ethnic foods, fast foods, baby foods. Okay, we'll just leave that blank for now. Let's see. Okay, let's go with ingredients. Let's see if we can find, say, oats. Let's see, regular or quick and dry. That would be a good description. Let's try that. Protein, not carbs, fat, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. What is 1 cup? That seems like a reasonable amount to start with. Let's add 1 cup of oats. Let us, did it do it? Where is it? Okay, it did. It added all this stuff. So these are the ingredients for oats, apparently. 1 cup of oats gives you all this stuff. So you've got, you know, some calcium, you've got some iron, you've got magnesium, manganese, phosphorus. Doing really good, even just on 1 cup of oats. Got a lot of good stuff. Okay, let's see. We're gonna add the stuff that I usually put into my oatmeal. Where can I add another thing? Oh, here it is, ingredients. Let us add raisins, because I like putting raisins in my oatmeal. Raisins, Can I just get regular raisins? Not cooked, not sweetened. Where's just like regular dried raisins? How are there no just regular raisins? Am I missing it? Let's see here. Well, I'm just going to say raisins uncooked. Okay. I guess that's probably the... I don't know why it would be uncooked or cooked. But anyway, I'm not cooking them. I'm going to cook them in the oatmeal. 1 tablespoon. I don't even know how many I put in there. I probably put more than that. You can put them in by a piece. Well, I don't count them. Let's just say I put in, I don't know, 3 teaspoons or tablespoons. No, let's go with 2 tablespoons of raisins. That sounds reasonable. Let's go. Hey Casper, welcome. Hey Dizzy Moon, welcome. You love Cronometer. It's your favorite game. Cool. It does seem like a game. Maybe you can give me tips if I'm messing anything up or doing something silly. Let's give it some flax seeds, because I always put flax seeds in my oatmeal. Flax seeds, non-fortified. Is there anything like ground, or is there a difference? Hopefully they just assume that it's ground. I always grind the flax seeds. Let's just go with that. Flax seeds, not fortified. Put in like a good, oh good, they do a tablespoon chopped. That sounds reasonable. That's about what I would put in. Let's go with that. Let's also give it some sesame seeds. Hulled and dried. Sounds good. Let's go again with 1. Oh, that's a teaspoon. Let's go with a tablespoon, because that's about what I put in. Boom. Yeah, I wonder what they fortify them with, Leon. So let's see. Now we have oats, we have raisins, we have flax seeds, we have sesame seeds. Let's put in my chia seeds. I wonder, are there dried and not dried? I guess mine are dried. I don't know. That seems kind of odd. Let's go with that. I have no idea how many of these I put in there. Just kind of sprinkle some in. I guess an ounce seems reasonable. 28 grams. I'll probably put in less than that. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That seems... An ounce isn't that much. It's what, 1/16 of a pound, so that's very little. Let's just go with that. And I also put in some blueberries, frozen. Let's see if they have those. Hi, Jotaro. Welcome. Frozen unsweetened. That is good. And I put in definitely less than a cup. Let's say, I don't know. Let's just say maybe like 50 grams or something is reasonable. Let's go with 50 grams. Okay. And we'll throw in a few walnuts because I love those. I ate a big breakfast in case anybody doesn't know. Let's go. Ooh, I don't even know. I definitely don't do that many. Let's see. Do like a very small handful. Geez, these are like. Let's go with an ounce. Maybe like 2 ounces. Well, 1 ounce. Why not? Let's see. Juturu asks, did I set up my macro targets? No, I haven't set up anything. I literally am brand new to Cronometer. I've never used it. I am just poking around in here, and I figured it might be a fun live stream if anybody else hasn't heard of it or wants to just kind of see how to use it and what have you. So, yeah, this is pretty much like my first foray into it. I'm literally just making a meal here and just kind of curious what it's going to show me for stuff. So it looks like, yeah, and I would usually use water. I sometimes add a splash of like rice milk at the end, but I cook it in water. So this seems pretty reasonable for what I would have for breakfast. I might do a tiny splash of rice milk at the end, but I may or may not add that later. Let's just see what this comes out to. It gives me 800 some odd calories. It's giving me 41 grams of fat. It's giving me 0 cholesterol as expected because there are no animal foods. It's giving me a fair bit of carbohydrate, 94 grams. Excuse me. A lot of fiber, 25 grams. And it's giving me a whopping 23.7 grams of protein. So that's pretty cool. It gives me 47% of my protein for the day. That is pretty cool. So Jutaro says in my settings I can set macros. And why should I set macros? Just curious. Like, let me know. But I'll poke in there too. Let's save changes so I don't lose anything I've made. So we made an oatmeal breakfast. That is cool. Okay, let's go to settings. Just poke around in here. So let's see. I have a free account. Yes. Notifications. Account data. Profile. Yeah. Target. Tracking carbohydrates, net carbs without sugar, alcohols, set macro targets using fixed values, ketogenic calculator, oh my god, no. Macro ratios. Okay, so it's just assuming these. Okay, dynamically calculates the proportion of energy from each macronutrient. So this is just some kind of randomly chosen, like I want to get 35% of my calories from fat, 40 from carbohydrate, and 25 from protein. I suspect strongly that this is not what I would normally get from my diet. Excuse me, guys. Sorry for the coughing. I went for a big run today, just before this, and my throat's a little bit sore. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I should change these, but I don't know if. Let's see what it gives me here for the information. It will dynamically calculate your micronutrient targets to achieve the ratio of macros based on your calorie budget. Your energy target will be derived dynamically from your total calories burned for the day. as well as your weight goal. For example, if your daily burn is 2,200 calories and your weight loss goal is to lose half a pound per week, this will require 200% energy deficit. Your energy target for the day will be 1950, and the protein, carbs, and fat targets will then be calculated based on the chosen ratio to balance your calorie target. Okay, well, that's fine. I don't really know if I should poke around in here yet. Let's see what it actually just comes out to. I'm just curious, and then maybe we'll come back to this. Nutrient targets. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's funny. It gives alcohol as a nutrient. Yeah, I don't want alcohol. No, thank you. Ash. Wow. You can have ash as a nutrient target? That's very strange. I don't know why I would want that. Caffeine. No, thank you. Water. I'd get way more than that, I think, usually. My weight goal. Yeah, I'm going to probably lose a fair bit of weight because I'm starting training again, running seriously. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Fasting. Wow, you can do fasting stuff. Display. Change all your, probably like from grams to ounces and stuff. Highlighted nutrients. You want to make sure you get all these vitamins. Yeah, for B12, obviously, I do take a supplement, so I can just probably put that in at the end. Nutrient balances for the omega-3 fatty acids to 6 ratio. That's probably important. Zinc and copper. Calcium, magnesium. Okay, well, anyway, let's go back. I'm just curious. Let's see. What did I have for lunch today? Where do I go back? Oh, foods. Here we go. There's my recipe for breakfast for oatmeal. Then today, let's make a lunch that I had. Oh wait, should I do a new recipe? I don't know. Sure, let's make a new recipe. Add new recipe. Let's call this tofu lunch. This is so much fun. Hopefully it's not too boring for you guys. If you don't have one, I guess you could make your own account and follow along and then tell me if I'm doing silly things or missing things. Oh yeah, I would have added more stuff to my oatmeal. I should have added the banana and apple that I usually add in there too. I forgot that. Maybe I can modify that later. Let's do that later. Let's say tofu. That's funny, tofu raw. It's not actually raw. It's already cooked. That's really funny. But anyway, tofu cooked firm. I guess it was a firm tofu that I had. And I had, well, I split it. I had probably about 200 grams because the little block is a 400 gram one. I don't know. Does this give you that option? Let's just go with grams. I had 200 grams of that because I had about half the block. And let's add that. And let's add chickpeas. Or is it chickpeas? I never know how to spell it. Chickpea. Is it together? Chickpeas. Boiled or canned, drained, and rinsed. That is what I had. And I had, ooh, I don't even know how much it is, one of those big cans. I think that's a 400 gram can, and I probably had maybe like, I don't know, like a sixth of that. So, somebody who's good at math, really quick. I don't know. Let's just call it 250. Oh, but that was for the whole dish, and I had half. So let's just say like 125 grams. There we go. Then I had about half a pepper in there. It's a sweet pepper. Yeah, let's go with that. And large one, but I had about a half of one. I wonder if they have that. Let's go like this. Will it do that? It did. Good. Okay, and what else did we have in there? I had some spinach. Raw. Jeez, I have no idea how much it was. It's like a small handful. Baby leaf. But how much? A small bunch? No, it's definitely less than that. Let's just call it I don't know, a quarter of a bunch. Cool, this is nice. It likes to do fractions and decimal entries. That's pretty cool. What else did we put in there? Oh, I had tomatoes in there. Tomatoes. They were cherry tomatoes. Should I put that in there? Let's see. Tomato raw, including cherry grape. Perfect. I had 3-inch diameter. No, they were smaller than that. Cherry tomatoes, and I think I threw in maybe 8, so I probably had about 4 of those. Let's go with that. And I don't know, there were a bunch of herbs and spices on there. I don't know if I need to add those, but I don't even know how I would tally those. I had nutritional yeast in there. Let's add that because that will at least give some B vitamins and stuff, I think. Nutritional yeast. It is not fortified though. Let's see, it's just regular. Oh boy, I have no idea what brand it is. Starchill, welcome. I am in the Halloween spirit. I think you're just saying that because of my orange shirt. Hopefully everybody has seen the video that I posted. I made this shirt recently. If anybody wants one, you can buy one. I have a link to my Redbubble store, and you can buy one. And it says, Satan, the other wheat meat. Hopefully everybody likes it. Hey, Jen. Why are you saying no? You don't need to get it in orange. If you don't like orange, you can get it in, I think, 16 different colors. Or in total, I think there's 16 colors. Oh, you're saying nooch. I get it, sorry. Nice, yes. But I have no idea what kind I have. And I know it's not fortified, it's just regular kind of... Oh, shoot, I lost the thing. Hold on, let's try that again. I'll just go with Whole Foods nutritional yeast. I don't know if that's maybe the Whole Foods the store, or is this like just saying a whole food? I guess it can't be a whole food because geez, I have no idea what this is. There's so many different kinds. Geez, Dr. Furman sells nutritional yeast? That's pretty funny. Whatever. Let's just leave it out for now. Doesn't matter that much. I don't think I should be short on any kind of vitamins anyway, but we'll see. Let's see. Let's add bread, because I made bread last night, and I had 2 big slices of bread. I wonder if they will allow sourdough bread. I don't know. Oh, good. They even have sourdough bread. Cool. I had 2 large slices. There we go. Boom. Okay, now I think that's pretty much good. Let's save changes. Let's go back to, what is it, like diary? Is that today? Yep, there we go. Let's add food. I wonder if does it have my meals? Favorites? No. Common foods? No. How do I add the thing that I just made? Interesting, I don't know. I'm confused. Does anybody know? Let's see what's in here. No. This is also why I've never bothered to do this, because it's just like, there's so much learning, I didn't want to bother. But there's a very specific bunch of videos that I want to do, and this is going to help me if I learn how to show everybody all the nutrients involved. I'm going to do a couple of videos about, well, I'm going to do one on protein specifically, and I want to be able to show a few examples of things. Start chill. Did I make the sourdough on myself? Yes, I did. I actually have a series of videos showing you how to make it yourself from scratch, so making your own starter. If you're curious, go to YouTube and search for, I'll put it in here in the link so you don't even have to find it. Let's take a look. Sourdough. Here we go. Yep. So there's like I forget if it's 3 parts or 4 parts. 4 parts. I think it's 3 parts anyway. Here. Boom. And you can watch how to make the starter, and then you can also see how I make a butternut squash sourdough bread. That is this one. It's super tasty. I make bread whenever I can, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult. So I've actually been making sourdough breads for, geez, it's going on close to 10 years. The sourdough that I'm using, I actually made it from scratch. I think it would have been 2012, because I had some starters that died and then I had to make a new one. But I think the one I'm using now has been in use since 2012, so it's 8 years old. It's really fun. I highly encourage everybody. You can learn how to make bread. It's super easy and super fun, and yeah, it tastes really great. I always put tons of stuff in my bread. I put sesame seeds, ground flax seeds. The one I made today had pumpkin seeds ground up in there. You can put sunflower seeds, whatever. The pumpkin seeds are really great, and actually I should probably put this in here too for my lunch because it was in the bread already. So I had more flax seeds and more sesame seeds and pumpkin seeds in there as well. You're calling me an old man? I am an old man. I'm 41 and I'm going to be 42 pretty soon. And it's actually really funny because I was in a bit of a Twitter battle with somebody the other day this week, and the person called me a young man. And it was really funny because I actually strongly suspect they're not that much older than me. Like, just based on the way that the conversation was going, I would assume they're probably like in their 40s, maybe a few years older than me. But I would say at most I would peg the person at 50. But the guy, I think, just assumed my age is like really young. I do have a little bit of a baby face. I've been told that I look a lot younger than I actually am. But I just thought it was really funny because, not that I would get insulted from somebody calling me a young man, especially if it's like somebody like my parents' age or my grandparents' age or something. Like, for somebody who's like in their 70s or 80s or something, if they want to call me a young man, like, that's totally cool. I won't get offended. But somebody who's like 50 calling me a young man, I think that's just kind of like disrespectful. So it was actually really funny, and there was quite a funny exchange. So if anybody follows me on Twitter, you can go through my tweets and replies and see that. I think it's actually worth a good laugh. But anyway, let's see if I can figure out how to add a food here still. No, where's my custom stuff? There it is. Nice, under the custom tab. Oatmeal breakfast. I had 1 serving because that's how I made it. Time of day. Wow, you can even do that. No, I don't. And let's see if it was time of day. Oh wow, you can put that in there. Jeez. No, I don't want to upgrade. I don't want to learn more. Or is that how it works? Oh, I have to do that to upgrade. I have to upgrade. Well, I don't care about the time of day anyway. So I added one of those. And I add one of these lunches. Boom. Look at that. Let's see. How am I doing now? Is this going to update? Or what's going on here? It just added my stuff, but this didn't change. It says I burned or consumed 5 calories. What's going on? I don't understand. Did I miss something, guys? How do I update this? Or what do I do? Very interesting. Oh, it gave me as a grams. That's why, because it thinks I added 1 gram. No, I don't want to add a 1 gram. How do I change this? Let's see, can I right click? Yes, I can. View, edit, selected recipe, yes. Why would it assume that I ate 1 gram of this? This is really weird. That's not what I want. I ate the whole thing. Not to 1 serving. Okay, but how do I go back? Hold on. Diary. Amount. Oh, there it is. Cool. 1. Oh, full recipe. Good. Nice. Thank you, Lan. Nice. Full recipe. Boom. Look at that. I've almost exceeded everything already. Like, and I haven't even had supper yet. And it doesn't even have in my stuff from the bread. The zinc and pumpkin seeds and what have you. So, let's see. Wow, look at that. Look at that protein. Killing it, guys. Killing it. I got all of my essential amino acids already covered for the whole day. It's hilarious. That is so funny. My God. Getting a whopping 156% of my vitamin C for the day. Oh, I didn't even add the apple and banana I had with the oatmeal. Let's add those too. Add food. I had a large banana. Ah, my spelling is terrible. No? Banana? Search? No? Did I spell it wrong? Banana. Does it have 2 N's? Why? Why can't it find bananas? Banana. No? Oh, because it's a custom. I should be looking here. There we go. Bananas, raw. Cool. Great. I had a big banana. Where's the large banana? There it is. I had one of those. I had an apple. Fresh with skin, yes it was. And it was a large apple. It was a large Fuji apple, actually. I wonder if I should have searched by that, but it's probably not that different. And I have had... I don't even know what else I've had. Look at that. I shouldn't even eat for the rest of the day, pretty much. Well, no, that's not true, because I did have a big run. Thanks, Leon. The delay is probably a little bit bad, but I did eventually figure out I was on the custom tab. Okay, cool. So now I am looking almost pretty much good for the day here. I've hit pretty much everything. I didn't enter the water. Of course, that's silly because I didn't put in what I've drank, but I've drank a lot of tea today, fruit tea, ginger tea. I've had some water. Yeah, so that's just silly. I'm not going to enter that for right now. Fat. Yeah, I'm curious what the overall... Does it tell me what my overall thing is? Oh yeah, fats. 26% for fats. Carbs, yep, 59%, a big amount. Protein, 15%. Boom, look at that protein. That's huge. Fed. Is that grams? 294.7 grams of protein? Is that possible? That seems like really high. Wow. I wouldn't have thought that's... No, that can't be. Oh, those are calories. 294 calories of protein. And the protein here is in grams. 83 grams of protein. Okay. Dizzy Moon. You can also add foods to your favorites so you don't have to look them up every time. That's cool. Where do I do that? Do I go into foods? I wonder where I do that. Custom foods? No? Oh, and then if I add it here, does it put this into the other kind of tab, in the custom tab? Let's try that. Let's put in, I don't know. Let's put in, I don't know, Brazil nut. Will it search? What is it doing? No? What did I do? Oh, search your foods, but I didn't have that. So add food. Here we go. Let's call this Brazil nut. I'm just curious if this will actually... Do I have to do this? Do I have to search? What do I do? I don't think this is what I want to do. Hold on. Revert changes. Let's get out of here. That's the Oracle. Ooh, what's this? Search for foods high in specific nutrients. Look at that. Amazing. So if I want zinc, I know a lot of people are concerned about zinc. Let's see what comes up. Oh, I don't want to upgrade. I don't want to pay for anything. Oh, they make you pay for that. I don't want to pay anyway. Let's see. Dizzy Moon. When you add a food, then where you put it in the amount, you can star it. Okay, let's see. Custom recipes. Oh, back on the diary page, probably here when I do add food. Let's put a Brazil nut in. I didn't eat one today, but I'm just curious. Let's see, unsalted Brazil nuts. And yeah, I had, like, let's say, like, I'll usually have one when I do have one or two at the most. They're really tasty. Actually, yesterday I had 2 of them. But anyway, let's just see what that is. 62 calories. And then where do I start? Oh, here, like this. Ah, nice. And then if I go to add it again, what, it'll show up somewhere? In favorites or something? Oh yeah, there it is. Nice. That's cool. Thanks for that tip, Dizzy. Nice. That is great. Very cool. So I can put all of the kinds of things that I would normally eat. That's not a recipe, but just I could put them in here. So like I'll always pretty much eat like at least certain fruits like all the time. I usually will have at least 1 or 2 bananas a day, a couple of apples, you know, whatever. So I can put those all in there. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, I guess what am I going to eat for after the live stream? I'll probably throw down a couple of persimmons. Or, well, not a couple, but probably just one. Let's see. Will it find persimmon? Yes, fresh. Cool. Had one. One each, 168 grams. That sounds reasonable. Add. And let me get rid of the Brazil nut right now, because I didn't actually have that today. How do I get rid of it? Go right. Click, delete selected. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Cool. I'll have a persimmon. I'll probably have another banana. Let's see, it is in the favorites. Oh no, because I haven't added it yet. Let's see. Banana raw, a large banana, and I'm going to star that because I always eat bananas. And I'm going to have probably some more flax seeds on there because I like to grind it up and sprinkle it over like a fruit salad. It's really fun. And yeah, a tablespoon, that sounds good. I'm going to star that too because that is something I add to stuff all the time. Let's throw in another apple because I'm probably going to do that. And we'll star that as well. Actually, I don't think I have any. Yeah, I'll do a whole apple, that's fine. Star that. And I don't know what else I'll have, but I'll probably maybe have like a bowl of, I don't know, like cornflakes or something with some rice milk. Let's see if that'll show up. Cornflakes. Oh boy, what's like just generic, like not Kellogg's? And actually, does anybody know, I think the Kellogg's cornflakes are not vegan, right? Don't they have some kind of thing from cheap wool, something or other? I can't remember. I know the ones I get don't, because they're not fortified with anything. I don't know. Is there just like a generic cornflakes malto meal? I don't even know. Cornflakes, Kohl's, Asda, Tesco. Oh boy. Or it's just like regular, cheapo, generic, made in Germany, sold in Hungary option. Fried apple. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Yeah, people do eat the darndest things. I remember when I was still living in the US, there was like a big trend for a while. This was probably back in like the maybe late 90s or early 2000s, where people were deep frying everything. So it was like a trend. People would like deep fry things that were already really unhealthy. They would take like a Mars bar and deep fry it. And they would like deep fry ice cream, and they would deep fry like crazy stuff that you would just not even think about, or things that you already knew were like horrifically unhealthy. And yeah, just crazy stuff. I don't know. It was really odd. So I don't even know, man. Oh, there's a McDougal cornflakes. Is that like Dr. McDougal cornflakes, or what is that? I don't know. Jeez, man, there's so many different. Let's just go with this one. I don't know. 1 cup. That's kind of. Wait, what the heck is this? It says whole pieces. 3. That makes no sense. How is a cornflake 30 grams? That's so weird. That can't be right. But the 1 cup sounds about reasonable. I don't know. I wonder what some of these other ones are. Let's just go with like Tesco. That's probably close to what I would have. 30 grams. I don't know. I probably have more than that. I've never weighed it actually, so I don't really know. Let's just go with a bigger portion. Let's just say like 60 grams or something. I don't know. Sounds reasonable. And let's go with some rice milk. Jeez, man. You just get like generic rice milk. There's a store here in Hungary. It's like a chain store. I think it's a German store. It's called DM, and it's like their rice milk that I usually get. Deep fried ice cream is delicious. Oh, I'm sure it's delicious. I don't doubt that even the candy bar deep fried is delicious, but I just can't imagine that deep frying like candy bars would be good for us. That's all. Let's see. And actually, you know what? I've had fried ice cream, and that might be the same thing. I don't know. I've had that in some Mexican restaurant, like way back in the day. I think I was traveling somewhere and for work, like back in the U.S. Let's see. Rice milk, plain, unsweetened, ready to drink, and I don't have the fortified one. This has nothing in it. Heart-wise, ready to drink enriched. Don't they have just like, oh, here it is, not, yep, okay, this, no, but that's sweetened. Let's see. Deep fried ice cream is delicious and healthy. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't bet my bottom dollar on that one. Let's see. Okay, let's just go with this one because, I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with this one, even though it's not sweetened. But let's go with a cup. That sounds reasonable. Boom. Okay. That is very cool. I wonder what targets am I missing, because it's saying I'm missing some stuff. That's really funny. It's telling me that I actually have B12, but I wonder where it's getting that from. Can I click on this? Where is it showing me? No? Does it show me where I'm getting it from? Does anybody know how to do that? A delicious contradiction, Jen says. Yeah, Leanne, because you would think it would just melt, right? But no, I think they have probably the ice cream really cold or something, and they kind of batter it somehow. So if you like take it out when it's super cold, and you could just probably roll it really quick in the batter and just throw it in there, that outer shell of it kind of like will just crisp like almost immediately, because it's obviously being thrown into like super ridiculously hot oil, and then they just take it out and just throw it on the plate and bring it out to you. So it's like the outside part is like, of course, like hot and crispy, and then the inside part is obviously somewhat melted, but for the most part it is still kind of ice cream. It's like, it's really weird. I'll show it to you guys. Let's see, fried ice cream. Let's see if we can find some images. Yep. See? That's pretty much Yep. The plant milk and the cornflakes tend to have B12. Yeah, I don't think the ones that I buy actually do, so maybe it's just assuming that incorrectly, but I'm not worried about it because, as I say again, I take a B12 supplement every day, so so that's fine. But you're probably right. That's probably... Dizzy Moon says hover. Okay, if I hover over it, what does it say? Or hover down here. There we go. Ah, nice. The Tesco cornflakes has B12, so that's where it's getting it from. Wow, you can get 66% of your B12 just from a bowl of cornflakes. Jen freezes the battered ice cream. Oh, wow, so you can freeze the batter. That's the secret. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Dizzy, and thanks, Jen, for the clarification. If anybody wants to make deep-fried, battered, obviously vegan ice cream. Man, look at that. It's so difficult to get enough omega-3 or omega-3 fatty acids on a vegan diet. I've only managed to put in 742% of my daily requirement for omega-3 and a whopping 146% of my omega-6. What is that ratio? Let's see. What is it supposed to be? I always forget. Isn't it supposed to be like 1 to 4, 1 to 3? You're doing pretty good. I mean, I'm looking at like 1 to 2. It's like pretty good, pretty good. It's telling me that my protein is not that good. Why am I at 68%? What does that even mean? Why should I be getting more than 93.9 grams of protein? This is so funny. This is very strange. I guess this is where Jutaro was saying that I should edit my macros. Probably, I'm assuming that's why you were telling me to do that. Because it's going to tell me I'm missing something because it thinks I don't have enough protein, probably. And also it thinks I don't have enough fat. Although, clearly, I definitely have enough fat because, like, I have all the omega-3 that I want. Saturated fats you don't actually really want, and I have a relatively low amount, which is fine. I apparently have some trans fats, interestingly enough. I don't know why it's assuming that I have trans fats from oatmeal and tofu and rice milk. Maybe some rice milks have a tiny amount if they had oil added or something. I wonder if that's where it's getting that from, but anyway, it's tiny. It's 0.1 gram. Leon says 1 to 4 is optimal. Okay, so I'm doing well, actually. RDA is 40 grams for most. Is that for the, what is the RDA for 40 grams? 40 grams of protein, are you talking about? I think that's what you're saying, Leon, but let me know if I misunderstood. Because I think that's really, like, weight dependent. The stats that are usually thrown around that I see is, like, 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. So like right now I'm 200 pounds, it's 91 kilos, so that would be, I gotta get out my calculator here, let's see, 91 kilos times 0.8, should be getting 72 grams, 72.8 grams of protein. So, and you're saying most humans get 80 grams on average a day, both omnivores and vegans. Yeah, I definitely, yeah, thanks for confirming that you did mean protein. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that actually most people get way more protein than they actually realize, and definitely more than they actually need. And it's just kind of laughable that everybody is so concerned about it. And like Dr. Greger says all the time too, is that, like, what is that stat from the US? It's something like 90, I think it's like 8% of people or something have like way over the amount of protein that they need. And presumably the rest of the 2 or 3% or whatever it is are malnourished, so they're actually just literally starving or something. But yet only something like, I think it's like 1% or 3%, or I forget. It's like almost the reverse of it. Get enough fiber, but like nobody talks about getting enough fiber, and everybody's worried about getting enough protein, and it's just laughable. Like, I mean, you guys can see, like, it's just so easy to get protein. Like if you just eat normal, like, whole foods, it's just crazy. Like it's not even an option to not get enough protein if you're getting enough calories. Where is my, oh yeah, there it is, 93 grams of protein, so almost 94 grams. So what did I say I needed? 70 something or other. What was it? I'm gonna pull it up again. 91 kilos times 0.8. 72.8 is what I would need, and I'm getting 90, almost 4. So it's like way over that. So this is fine. I ran for about an hour, so let's put in my exercise here. Get running. I wonder if they have that on here. Yes, they do. Oh man, they give it in miles per hour. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do some quick calculations. Because I ran 11 kilometers in miles. Let's see what that comes out to. That is 6.8 miles, and I ran that in about 70 minutes. So, 70 minutes divided by 6.8 miles is 10 minute miles, roughly. So let's go back here. That's a nice, slow 10-minute mile per hour. There we go. And I ran for 70 minutes. I'm gonna add that. Hey Bev, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I do try to keep the faith. So thank you very much. And welcome. Bev says, hey all, can't be here long. A Six Nations rugby in UK. Oh cool, enjoy game. Enjoy the game. Sending hugs to you all in halftime. Very cool. Thank you. Enjoy the game. Bev's the best. Really appreciate that. So let's see, what did it do to my calories? Now it's telling me that I am in a 405 calorie deficit, which is pretty much perfect because that's about what I want to do. Because they said you have to be around, what did it say, 500 calories deficit per day to lose like a pound a week or half a pound a week or something like that. So I actually do want to lose some weight to get ready for my race in May. So this would be a pretty typical, like, good day for me. And again, I'm curious about this target. Why is this not showing 100% if it's killing everything else? It's really funny. But it's probably because of the macros, I would imagine. Because it thinks I haven't reached enough of my targets. That's probably why it's saying that. And it's also trying to compensate for that because I just added the run now, and now it thinks I need even more protein, which is just really funny. I'm low on vitamin E. Interesting. I wonder what things I had in here that all had vitamin E. Nice. Okay. I wonder what other things I should eat to get more vitamin E. And I wonder if I adjust those macros, if any of these things change. But it's also, I'm just curious, like, why would it give me those as kind of, what was it here, targets? Does anybody know what these targets are and where they come from? Because I think, like, you know, obviously, like, it depends on who you listen to of how much your macros should be. But having, you know, 35% coming from fat seems kind of high to me. And having this much, obviously, from protein, that also seems high to me. Leon says nuts are high in E. Maybe I'll eat some more walnuts or something. Or actually, let's go to the little thing and see. Oh, wait, that was the thing you have to pay for, I think, right? What was it? The foods, and then there was that ask the Oracle or search foods. No, it was over here. And I think this was the thing you had to pay for, right? Yeah, I think this was the thing you had to pay for. Vitamin E. Let's see, highest amount per calorie. Or whatever, let's just see per gram, I guess. I don't know. Let's see if it does this. Yeah, it's going to make me upgrade. I don't want to do that. The World Health Organization recommends those ratios, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that seems, this seems strange to me. I don't think this seems right. Obviously, if you go to somebody, you know, like, you know, like Doug Graham or somebody. I'm not promoting Doug Graham, but you know, they have the 80-10-10 thing. You know, I think that's probably kind of an extreme as well. But this seems a bit extreme to me too, honestly, just in the other direction. Let's just go like this. Which plant foods have high vitamin E? See, I always thought it was like stuff like eggplants and things like that. Oh yeah, here. Because see, I thought it was like, I think there was a really good talk by Dr. Bernard where he goes, Neil Barnard talks through the things for optimal brain health, and I think he talks about vitamin E, and I'm pretty sure it's like the really colorful fruits like eggplant and peppers and all these kinds of things that are like really colorful. Beet greens, turnip greens, red sweet pepper. Well, I have more pepper. I can eat more pepper. Broccoli. I didn't have broccoli today. I usually try to eat broccoli at least a couple times a week. Lately, we've been really good at it. We've been eating that very commonly. Let's see. 20 foods that are high in vitamin E. Let's just check out this article real quick. Sure, I'll accept your cookies. Wheat germ oil, sunflower seeds. Oh, I have sunflower seeds. I can eat that in my fruit salad. Almonds. Oh, look at that. That's great. I can just have a handful of almonds. Thanks, Leon. I think you were right about the nuts. Hazelnut oil. Oh, man. You know what? I forgot. For dessert, for lunch, I had a hazelnut spread on my bread. And I had another, so I had a third slice of bread. See, this is where you get in trouble. You forget to track stuff, and then you're like, oh, I didn't have enough food. I'll eat more. Hazelnuts, abalone, pine nuts, goose meat. Okay, I'll leave that up. Peanuts. I had peanuts too. Atlantic salmon, avocado, rainbow trout, red peppers, Brazil nuts. Boom! Look at that. Mangoes, turnip greens, kiwi fruit. I didn't have kiwi fruit today, but I had dragon fruit a couple days ago. That would probably be similar, I would imagine. And then these are the animal foods. Actually, let's just see what they are. Abalone, goose meat, Atlantic salmon, rainbow trout, snails. I wonder why they listed the rainbow trout under the plant foods. That's really funny. Oh wait, no. This is 20 foods high in E. And then they had a separate one for animal products high in E. That's very interesting that they list those twice. But they're obviously lower than the plant foods. That's interesting. These are very low compared to the plant foods if you guys look. They're like 5, 6. I think the highest one here was 17% or something. Oh no, abalone has 23%. The other ones are like in the teens or low single digits. And here you had some that are like way over. Like look at this. Sunflower seeds. 1 ounce, which is very small. Gives you 66%. I'll just throw some sunflower seeds on my fruit salad and I'm done. That's it. It's good. Cool. Handy to see this. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I don't know, guys. Anything else that I should be looking at? If anybody uses this regularly, if you want to give me some more tips here, suggest food. So I wonder if this is a pay feature too. Yeah, they want to make you pay for all this kind of stuff. That's fine. I'm still pretty impressed with what you get for the free version. This is pretty cool. Yeah, it's interesting because it's telling me I have 21% from fats, 12 from protein, and 67 from carbs. This would be a fairly typical day for me, actually. So, oh, you know what? I left out part of my lunch too. I had a potato soup that my wife made. Let's go in there too. They had all sorts of stuff in there too. Man, I just forget all sorts of things. This is crazy. I don't know. I wonder if there's any kind of like cream of potato soup, homemade. That sounds good, but I wonder if it's going to assume there's dairy in there or something. We obviously did not put that in there. But I'm just curious what it does. 1 cup sounds good. Let's see what that did. Yeah, it's 150 calories. Did it change anything? Yeah, it added some stuff. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, I'll poke around and hear more. I don't want to bore everybody to death, but yeah, let's see. Peter, hey Peter, welcome. Dr. Barnard recently linked high omega-3 levels with prostate cancer. I think there was, I think that was like from supplements though, and I think that was the case is being made now that that we are probably shouldn't be supplementing. So even taking a vegan supplement is probably not necessary and or potentially harmful. I don't think I've seen anything linking it to omega-3 from healthy foods like flax seeds, you know, especially, or walnuts, things like that. Those have been shown to have protective effects with prostate cancer. So I think maybe it's from the supplement itself. I don't take anything for omega-3. I do take B12 in just a little, you know, pill that I swallow, and that's what I do. I used to have a chewable kind of like a little chocolate flavored, you know, tab, and that actually did not give the full amount, the daily requirement, which is fine because sometimes I also consume like fortified vegan yogurt, like from Alpro and stuff like that, and they have B12 added. Sometimes I'll have a little bit of I think it's like Violife, or what brand is it? I don't even remember. It's like a cheese. I think it's Violife. Let's see. Is that the brand? Yeah, this is the kind we usually get sometimes. So this I know has B12 added. So, you know, I didn't really mind, but then after a while I just wanted to be sure that I was getting enough. So the kind I take now, it's like it's actually a little over the daily recommended intake, which I think that's what Dr. Greger says. You're just paying for expensive pee. It's water soluble, so you really have to take kind of a lot of B12 for it to actually be detrimental to. And then I can add supplements to the total, Leon says, yeah. So I mean, I could probably just look up the B12 that I have from DM. So anyway, this is pretty interesting. I think this is helpful. Hopefully you guys found it enjoyable and entertaining, if nothing else. If anybody has any other tips, and maybe if you're watching the replay of this, if it's not boring enough and you got to the end here, just like leave me some comments if I you know, should actually look around, add some other things in here. I wonder what this is. Choose a biometric. What is this doing? Weight. Oh, I can tell it what weight I was today. Interesting. And then you can track it probably. It'll show you how much you've lost or something like this. Yeah, I think like probably a lot of people use this for actual, yeah, because here it is, weight changed, 0 pounds, and then you probably can, yeah, view the different times. I mean, if somebody's like really obsessed with their weight, like I'm sure this is something that you can probably go way too overboard and like be kind of crazy on and look and do all this kind of stuff. But I've never been interested in tracking every single thing like this. I mean, this is just like kind of like overwhelming a little bit. I remember when I first went vegan, I was probably vegan for maybe half a year or maybe a year when one of my, I think it was probably like about a year, when one of my good friends from work went vegan as well. And he was like, he's very like data focused, and he loves seeing like numbers and charts and, you know, figures and everything. I remember for like a few months he was tracking his intake and exercise and everything in Cronometer for like the whole time, and he was like really meticulous about it. And after like, I think it was like a couple months, it was probably 2-3 months, he just told me, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing it because it's like, it's so easy to get all the stuff you need with a reasonable whole food plant-based diet, that he just felt like it was just a waste of his time to keep tracking everything. Like he was like, yeah, I usually hit all my, you know, kind of like vitamin and nutrient and, you know, kind of like protein, essential amino acids, etc. like by lunchtime. Like he's pretty much done. After that, he could just eat empty calories pretty much and hit everything. I'm a little bit, you know, gonna look after this like vitamin E thing, 'cause that's interesting. Vitamin D, I mean, I was outside running in the sun today. It's winter time, you know, probably not getting enough, but again, I'm not too concerned. I've never taken vitamin D supplements, like even, you know, as an omnivore. I never felt like I had any problems in winter. I'm not about to start doing it now. I do work outside a lot, especially now with like gardening and you know, house building and stuff like that. So I feel like maybe if I don't get enough in the winter, it's probably not that bad because I get plenty enough, you know, during the rest of the year. and I don't know. I just don't worry about it. Leon says, I point people to it, but I admit I never use it either. Yeah, I mean, but it is interesting. I mean, this was kind of fun, and I do have a video planned, guys, which I will hopefully maybe be able to work out on tomorrow, and it's going to be talking about protein specifically, and covering some of the arguments that I've been facing on Twitter recently, and I want to be able to demonstrate a few different things, and I figured this would be handy to know how to use and just kind of show people some sample diets. So like one of the things that I'm going to do is also show what I would have eaten when I was kind of like a typical standard American diet, like slob, like way overweight and just like eating junk and just really bad. And I'm sure it's going to show like a huge caloric like surplus, which would explain like why I was like really overweight. And then I'm going to show kind of what I was eating as a healthy omnivore. And then I'm going to also show kind of like what I eat in a normal kind of, day, like similar to this. And then I'm going to talk about protein and talk about the essential amino acids and all this kind of stuff. So we will hopefully have an interesting video and discussion about that, but we'll see. Yeah, just curious about that. Let's see. Hey, Teresa, welcome. Hey, pal, have you tried Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen? It's much easier with good info on the foods. No, I haven't. Is it a web thing or is it an app as well? I don't know. I mean, I'm familiar with the thing like the Daily Dozen as far as like what he tells people to eat. I do try to incorporate a lot of stuff from there. I mean, I do add cinnamon and flax seeds to like everything. I know that's like a big thing. I add like curry or turmeric to like almost everything. Like anything that's not sweet, like I have like turmeric and black pepper in. I know he's big on the broccoli and the cruciferous stuff, but I haven't used it. Let's take a look. It's probably an app. I wonder if it's also a is it a web thing as well? Oh yeah, there you go. You can download the app. Yeah, see, I haven't used it. My phone is just so like I use it for like just phone, email, like web browsing. That's it. I'm so like not hip with this stuff. I wonder. Let's see if you challenged. Yeah. Nice. Post a picture or video about your experience attacking 3 people to challenge them. Cool. Nice. Dr. Greger calling people out for the 2019 year, challenging people. I know this channel. This is a great channel. Jeanne Claiborne. She has this channel called Sweet Potato Soul. This is an awesome channel. If you guys are not familiar with it, check out this YouTube channel. She has awesome vegan recipes, like super good, super tasty, crazy good looking, good food, like just really awesome recipes. Like I love her channel. She's really good. Let's see, who else is he telling? Stephanie Moyer of Naturally Stephanie. Oh yeah, she's a vegan bodybuilder, health and vlogger and YouTuber Brett Cap. I don't know who that is. Who is this? Yeah, don't know. High protein tofu dishes. That's good. Is this a vegan? Oh no. Prepping chicken for diets. Boo. Boo. Anyway, hopefully you got the message from Dr. Greger. Leon says you can track your calories burned with a smartwatch and the app for your phone to go with it. Yeah, see, that's like too fancy. It's like too much stuff for me. But anyway, Teresa, do you use it then? It also has a reminder setting, which I love on busy days. Oh, nice. That's probably good, I guess. It's like, have you had your flax? Diana Karina Vida Vegana. Man, this is great. I get to learn new vegan channels to follow. I don't know this person. I'm going to have to subscribe later when I'm logged in. Zero waste. Cool. Looks like, what language is this? Is this Spanish? I'm terrible. What is this? Semana de Desayunos Veganos. I think this is Spanish. That is cool. 5 chia puddings, it looks like. It looks good. I don't know. Vegan, cool. Fitness Vegano, Nicolas. This is cool. Nice. The video is 6 years old. He might have been vegan for quite a while already. Oh, maybe. Oh, the other guy. Pablo, hey Pablo, do you eat any fermented foods for vitamin K2? I do eat fermented foods occasionally. I definitely don't eat them every day. A couple days ago I had a bunch of sour cabbage that my mom made. It has like cabbage, tomatoes, some carrots, I don't know, some other stuff. She puts that away, so I had a bunch of that. I have a relatively big jar that I got from her in the fridge. So, but I don't eat that every day. I do eat that every once in a while. I'll eat stuff like pickles, pickled onions, stuff like that. And I'm not really sure that that counts as fermented. Probably not, but the cabbage, I do eat that every once in a while. It's hard to find ones that are not, just containing like preservatives and salt. You really have to kind of like look around and be careful with that. Sorry, not salt, but just like preservatives and potassium benzoate, and I don't even know what other kinds of stuff people use in there. So you have to be kind of careful with that stuff, and I try to avoid that. So, but yeah, I'm actually curious, does this give you vitamin K2? Does it show? Oh yeah, I have plenty of vitamin K. 389% of what I need. So I guess I'm not that worried about it. He ate tofu, but K2 is not a nutrient of concern if you have good gut bacteria and enough K1 in your diet, since it gets converted to K2 in the gut. Yeah, I think there are a lot of anti-vegans who talk about the conversion rate being so low and blah blah blah, but I think, yeah, all the research I've done on that, which I will admit is not too extensive, I don't know too much about the K1 K2 conversion or anything. But yeah, I'm of the mind, like Leon says, that it shouldn't be a concern for like most people. Yeah, and obviously like I'm getting enough vitamin K from all this other stuff. You can see, I guess the tofu is probably what did the most of it, but even the other things are not like inconsequential. So the oatmeal, the apple, like on this day I just had like regular potatoes in the soup, but we do eat a fair amount of sweet potatoes too. I don't know if that would have vitamin K2, K1, I don't know. But yeah, I do sometimes eat fermented stuff like cabbage, usually anyway. That's probably the... Also sometimes fermented cucumbers, which is different than pickles. It's fermented like we usually only do that in the summer. My mom actually makes it. I should learn how to do that and make a video about it. I've never made it myself. I don't even know what you call that, but I don't know. It's a different thing. It's not like a regular pickling thing. You use like a little piece of bread, like in the jar, to actually get it fermenting, and it becomes sour like that. It's almost like, I guess, like almost like a sourdough kind of equivalent, but like it's different. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Let me just jump back to the camera view here, webcam view. So yeah, thanks everybody for being on. I pretty much got what I wanted out of like just poking around in Cronometer. Thanks everybody for your tips and recommendations. I'm going to poke around some more, obviously, and I'm going to try to put together this video that I mentioned. So that should be interesting. Hopefully you guys like it. And if anybody has more tips or more stuff that I should be looking at, then feel free to put that in there or in the comments afterward. And if anybody does want a t-shirt, you can buy them. I forgot to put it in the description of the video, but I'll put it in a comment after. You guys can buy this shirt now. I have a Redbubble store, and you can buy it in, I think it's like 16 different colors. So there's like the standard kind of white, black, blue, brown, gray, green. I don't even know what other colors there are. And you can pick different versions. There's one with the black text like this. And for some of the darker colored shirts, I made a white text version as well. So you can pick that. And I have a tote bag and a little drawstring bag if anybody wants it too. And if you are not familiar with this, if you're not watching from the US, you may not realize what the little slogan or why it's funny. But back in the late 80s, I think it started in 1987, the pork industry spent like $30 million in total running these commercials where they would call pork the other white meat, which is actually kind of a really dishonest thing from them, because culinary speak does call pork white meat simply because of the color, but technically it is a red meat, just like cow meat or other mammals. Basically, scientifically speaking, mammals have red meat, and everything else that is white meat is like birds or fish or whatever I think are considered white meat. Specifically poultry, I think, is usually what is referred to as white meat. But they ran this ad for I don't even know, probably 15 years or something, and they would just always say pork the other white meat. So this is kind of a play on that, and I want people to just kind of enjoy the idea that you can kind of poke fun at the thing, and maybe get a few people asking oh, what's that? And you can see tiny little V's there next to the words instead of trademark T. So I don't know, it's just like a little fun thing. If you guys want a shirt, buy one, it helps me out, and I'm happy. So let's see. Jen gives a thumbs up. Leon says it was educational. Well, I thank you very much. And thank you, Bev, again. And thanks everyone else. And yeah, see you guys sometime soon. I should hopefully be able to get that video together on the protein tomorrow. I'll be poking around in this Cronometer thing. And yeah, that's going to be it for now. So thanks everybody for being on, and see you soon. Bye.